Hello, my name is Chase. I'm our Team Success Manager for Partners Training at our Scottsdale location. Right now I have Xela. She's a Shepherd mix coming in for our 3-week behavior camp. Luckily I have done a PD 360 assessment with her, so I already know what I'm getting into, but definitely want to go dive in deeper, talk to Dawn, her owner, and just see, more struggles that they're having, kind of just see what her temperament is working with him, see if there's anything else that I haven't seen out of the dog that they're struggling with. Definitely excited to learn from Dawn just about, what I have to deal with and get working with the both of them. Let's go ahead, kind of start telling me a little bit about her. And just all of the issues, good stuff, just a little bit, dive deep into her life.
Okay, well, she's a really sweet girl.
Okay.
She's very affectionate.
Okay.
Loves her people, is very close to her people.
Okay.
Loves to play.
Okay.
Loves to be chased. Will play with a ball, although she'll never bring it back to you. You throw it, she'll go get it, and then you have to chase her. And so she's a very playful little girl.
Okay.
We've had her since March of, I think it was 2019, and she was a COVID dog, so
Okay.
it was kind of tied up with just us and our house. She has the run of the house and loves to spend time outdoors. And when the weather's cooler, she's in and out of the house quite a bit.
Okay.
She'll leave the door open, but
Okay.
she loves to be outdoors. The issue with her has been surfaced when we had her boarded at PetSmart
Okay.
earlier in the summer, and we've had her there several times prior to that, and she doesn't like going into a cage.
Okay.
And
If I saw a little bit of that when she was here, I remember that.
Yeah, she was difficult to get into the cage, and when someone tried to sort of force her into the cage, she snapped at him.
Okay.
And that kind of behavior is what we don't like.
Okay.
At our house, if someone comes, she will bark and kind of lunge at the door or the window. When someone comes in the house, it takes her quite a while to calm down.
Okay.
She's like she needs to protect us.
Okay.
And doesn't like it when there are strangers around. So it's that sort of reactive aggressiveness that we would like to tone down.
Okay.
And that's the main thing about her, is just for her to be less aggressive on situations like that. And she isn't aggressive most of the time at all. When I walk her, we can confront other dogs and other people, and mostly she just them.
Okay.
She's not aggressive toward them. She will try to chase a rabbit, and sometimes she'll chase birds and a cat. This morning we saw a coyote walking, and of course she got very excited.
Challenge the coyote, Xela.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a very pretty girl.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. So after the initial, let's say 10, 15, 20 minutes of people coming over, she kind of settles down. How does she start to do with those people? Is she inviting with them, trying to go, hang out with her, say hello, pet her, anything like that? Or is she still very just weary and kind of standoffish?
Wary and standoffish.
Okay. So outside of just, the reactivity, people socialization, anything like that, is there any other, goals, expectations, or stuff that you want to address? Do you want me to work on, teach her?
In terms of commands, she's kind of stubborn sometimes and has a mind of her own. If I say come, she decides whether she wants to or not. And if I have a treat, she'll probably come.
Okay. So she's pretty food motivated?
She's definitely
Awesome.
treat motivated.
That'll make my life a little bit easier.
She loves treats.
Okay.
And she'll play with you if you get a ball or a toy of some sort, particularly a squeaky toy.
Okay, we got a lot of squeaky toys in this building, Xela.
Yeah,
we'll find one that you just prefer and you want to play with all day.
She'll play with those, and she'll chew on bones and things.
My main focus this week was definitely just, confidence building, establishing a relationship, and then really just tackling probably her biggest issue that I have noticed with her coming in, which was just, how uncomfortable she was, just giving up the restraint and the control, kind of going into either a kennel or a crate. It was pretty nasty her first couple of days with that, would bark at me, growl at me, lunge, put on the brakes, and just basically whatever she could do to get out of, not having me put her in a crate or a kennel. A couple of times, like I said, she would kind of get snappy, would pull on the leash, try to play tug of war with that. So, like I said, I didn't want to full on, work on the training yet, but definitely an issue like that, I wanted to get that under control as quickly as possible. you know, just to make sure, you know, like on my days off or if I needed a morning staff to kind of be able to rotate her, you know, just making sure that that was going to be successful, but also more importantly, go safely. Very quickly, you know, got that under control. You know, I probably did 100+ repetitions with her over the past couple of days, just going in and out of the kennel, in and out of the kennel. And eventually, you know, she definitely gave up and, you know, kind of just learned how to submit and just self-soothe in the crate. So that was definitely my main focus, and, you know, that was definitely her biggest issue coming in. But once she learned to kind of settle down and that kind of changed up, you know, how she viewed me, you know, I kind of noticed just anytime I would put her in there, she was fine with me standing right there, but the second I would kind of walk away, you know, she would start barking at me, lighting me up, which I obviously didn't like, but, you know, seeing it with the time that she was doing it, you know, it kind of just showed me the true dog that she was, you know. Like, so much of that just seems very aggressive, but I don't necessarily think that's who she is, you know. I think she was just this very fearful dog, and that was just her way of setting boundaries. You know, she was the dog that was all bite, no bark. Wasn't gonna wanna light me up with me standing right there, but the second I turned my back, she would. So even though, you know, she is looking vicious, mean, aggressive, whatever we wanna call it, you know, I kinda saw the innocent side to her, and, you know, I think deep down she is just a big, big baby. Day 3, day 4, you know, I think it finally kinda clicked to her, and she kinda really opened up and gave me her full self. I was actually kind of standing outside with her, and she kind of, not like aggressively jumped up at me how she normally did, you know, it was more so just like a jump and just kind of like she was trying to engage, like she wanted my attention. And that was definitely something new. And then, you know, since that point on, she's just been a lot more affectionate with me, you know, extra clingy. You know, just offering me more stuff. I mean, her obedience isn't perfect yet. You know, she is definitely a little avoidant, struggles engaging with me, but each day, you know, I notice her watching me, tracking me, looking at me more and more. So I think slowly but surely we're definitely getting to where we need to go. Definitely still have a lot that I need to address and work on, but I mean, only being a short weekend, I definitely think I've accomplished a lot. Like I said, still have a lot that I want to address and work on her with, but what I told myself coming in was, you know, something that I've learned with working dogs like this is definitely just take my time. You know, I really wanted to take things nice and slow with her. I didn't want to rush her into anything, push her, you know, past her limits quite yet. So going into this next week, you know, I think it's going to be a big week. Definitely want to continue working on her people socialization, slowly begin to have more people work with her, dog socialization, but all in all, you know, I think we've had a very successful first week with her.